Parliament. I'm trying to get in contact. I got a number for this guy. He's the director of public information. So I kind of set up on my phone here, but I don't know if he's going to answer because, okay, you never know. Hi, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. This is I.A.N. Alleyne from Trinidad. We are live on national television right now, all over the world. They are locked on right now, and I'm sorry to disturb you. So, sir, is this Eddy Layne?
Yes, it is.
Right. The public relations, the person, the director of public information. Sorry.
Yes, it is.
We wanted just a fast comment from you with respect to, I realize that your president dissolved parliament. Can you tell us what's what's happening from here?
Good afternoon. Yeah, and I don't have much time, so I'll probably give you about 2 minutes.
Great,
because I'm
thank
heading
you.
to another
Go ahead, sir.
Quickly, so the president this afternoon signed 2 proclamations, one dissolving the 12th Parliament of Guyana, which brings the life of the 12th Parliament to an end, and dissolving the 10 Regional Democratic Council for the 10 administrative regions of Guyana. With that done, so there is no parliament, no member of parliament, essentially, no regional democratic councils, paving the way for the regional general elections on September 1st. Mm-hmm. So that is essentially what the president did this afternoon by signing those proclamations. It has now paved the way for the elections, or make official September 1st, the date for elections.
Okay. And when you have to, what's happening on the 14th? Is the 14th of July? Tell me, with respect to candidates. Go ahead.
So that is nominations day.
Nominations
that is when
day.
The political parties contesting the elections,
file their nominations,
or the parties that wish to contest the elections are going to submit their list of candidates to the Guyana Elections Commission.
Okay, because
so after that process and those lists are approved, then it will determine officially the number of political parties that will be contesting the elections. Some parties will contest both the general and regional elections, and you've had occasions where parties would have contested some regions, some parties would have contested just the regional elections. So what you will know essentially after the 14th is more or less the parties that will be contesting the elections, whether both general and regional, whether general and some aspects of regional, or whether regional alone.
My intentions, in fact, if I should be, now I can't say as yet, I'm still planning it, but I need to get an audience. I know I'll have to liaise with you and to find out. Are you going to get to have an audience with your president? And but tell me something. Would you all be having international observers?
Yes. I know for a fact that a number of international observers were invited. At this point, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to say those international observers who would have confirmed, but I know for a fact that international observers were invited. That's a practice that the People's Progressive Party Civic has always, whenever in government, practice where we invite international observers. If you know the history of elections in Guyana, you would know that in 1992, when the government changed on the Chedi Jagan to the People's Progressive Party Civic, from the PNC rather to the PPP, those elections were more or less, you had a number of international observers after a very long time in Guyana, and they played a critical role in ensuring the return of democracy, and that has been the practice ever since, where international observers are invited to observe the elections.
Okay, sir. So thanks for enlightening us and letting us know about this development with respect now that Parliament has dissolved and the next step. So thank you again, and thank you for taking my call, and I hope to when I get there to meet up with you.
All right, not a problem. I know the president, you have on one of your live broadcasts when you were here that asked the president to
Yeah, I
have
had
an
asked
audience with
him.
him. I heard
So I don't know if
so
if you could pass that
what I can
information to him,
assure you
please.
is that His Excellency is very open, very transparent, and is always ready to talk to the media at any point to answer any questions. As a matter of fact, the president has developed a way of almost televising everything or running as a live
I
almost
realize
every
that. I
one of the
realize that.
activities on his Facebook page. So his openness, his transparency,
Very,
and
very
the general
transparent.
transparency of the People's Progressive Party civic as a government and as a political party has always been one of our hallmarks. So I'm sure that the president is the man who keeps his word.
Well, he said
If
so.
he has
Yes, so
indicated
you
to
never
you
know. You never
that
know. You
he
can see
will
me.
talk to you, I am sure that he will talk to you.
Because a lot of people, Mr. Layne, would like to find or they would like to hear, what exactly. Because I remember I'm just showing a little clip while I was in Guyana over the weekend, and we were in fact in front of a hospital, the Lima Hospital, the Lima Hospital, and
Lima Hospital
Lima
on the
Hospital,
Essex Coast.
sorry.
Yes.
And we were so impressed with all the infrastructure work. I believe just yesterday you all opened a highway.
Just 2 days ago, we opened a highway. We opened 2 schools, one this afternoon. Tomorrow, we're opening another hospital similar to the one at Lima. This is the Enmore Regional Hospital. We're building several of those hospitals across the country. We opened the Diamond, which is similar to Lima. We opened that a few weeks ago. Tomorrow, we are going to open the Enmore, that is on the East Coast. Then there's one at number 76 Village, then the Lima Hospital. There are several of those hospitals, and that's just a little fraction of the kind of development taking place in Guyana under His Excellency's leadership and that of the People's Progressive Party civic.
Go ahead.
There are a number of projects that are coming that are going to be open. The Demerara Harbour Bridge, the new Demerara River Bridge rather, will be open soon. So yes, there are a number of projects that transformational projects that the president and his government, the People's Progressive Party civic government, has embarked on and are opening as we progress.
Tell me something before I go. While I spoke to the president at one of the functions, but there was a lot of music and a lot of noise. But he made mention something that really got my attention. He mentioned that is it free health care and dental and heart surgeries and whatnot?
The health services provided by the Government of Guyana are absolutely free.
Serious?
Absolutely free. I think he also mentioned to you that currently we're working with Mount Sinai, one of the top health service providers in the world, as well as Northwell Health.
Okay.
To reform and to expand and to build capacity in our healthcare system. We have a program right now where citizens, any single citizen, you don't have to be a pensioner, you don't have to be a young person, it doesn't matter who you are, can have free eye tests, and we provide you with the spectacles free of cost.
Free?
Free of cost. We are doing a number of specialized services.
Let me just give me a list of the number the services right now that are free. Just give it me before I go.
Well, I mentioned the free spectacles program and the eye test. We're giving every single person who needs dialysis $600,000 to offset the expense for the dialysis at private institutions. We are providing heart tests. We are providing a number of medical procedures that you will get in the developed world are being provided free of cost by the state. So you have private hospitals in Guyana, but whatever services are being provided by the state, they're absolutely free. And you just walk into a hospital. Once that service is being provided there, then you get it absolutely free. We're also providing free university education. The president and the government would have removed the tuition free from the University of Guyana. The government of Guyana is paying for up to 8 subjects CSEC per student. So any child who's writing 8 subjects and above, for the first 8 subjects, the government will pay the exam fee. So that child is writing that exam absolutely free. We have the Guyana Online Academy of Learning, thousands, tens of thousands of scholarships that are provided to the Guyanese of all walks of life, absolutely free. The Demerara River Bridge, the Berbice River Bridge, the Wisma to Mackenzie Bridge, those are all major bridges that are, the Berbice Bridge is already constructed. Another one is on the card. The Demerara River Bridge is almost complete. The Wisma Mackenzie Bridge is under construction. The president has announced that we're removing the toll from those bridges, so you're going to be crossing them absolutely free. So and these are the benefits that the People's Progressive Party civic government would have been bringing to the people of Guyana. You know, a lot of benefits that were absent, some of them taken away. And I should mention, apart from the free university and free education in Guyana, the government is also giving every year $55,000 to each student returning to school under a program we call Because We Care Cash Grant Program, where parents are collecting $55,000, whether in private or public school, for each child. So parents with 4 children, 5 children, you can do the math and you will know they're collecting that to help them to offset expenses in terms of the uniform. And we provide all the textbooks in the schools free. We provide all the exercise books free. We're also, the president would have announced recently that he's looking at a transportation grant to assist parents. So I can spend the rest of this evening, Ian, to tell you about all the services, all the things. And some of these things are things that were taken away by the previous government that we have returned and expanded, like the Because We Care Cash Grant. When we left office in 2015, it was just $10,000. When the now opposition took office, they removed that grant from the students. When we returned to office in 2020, we made a commitment that we were going to return that grant and expand it. It was returned, and it's now 50,000 Guyana dollars.
Wow.
And we have a whole host of grants and so on that we give the farmers to Guyanese generally. So I think one can easily conclude that as a government, as a political party in office, our objective is always to really bring real benefits to the people of Guyana. And I haven't spoken about the number of community roads and other roads that we're doing, the support we're giving to rice farmers, the support to the sugar industry, the support to cash crop farmers, the support to our fisher folk. And I can go on and on and on, the kind of support. Every newborn baby in our country receives 100,000 Guyana dollars. The parent receives 100,000 Guyana dollars every time a child is born in our country. So, you know, as a government, I think our main objective, I know our main objective has always been to provide benefits to people, to improve the lives and living conditions of people in our country. And we are doing so without any hesitation. You know, if you follow what the president, the vice president, and the ministers of this government has been doing repeatedly, they are always in the field, engaging people, talking to them, providing support to them, address issues affecting them. We have an approach of where our government, the ministers, the president, everyone spends more time in the field, engaging with people, resolving issues affecting them, rather than spend time in office. So I know that the People's Progressive Party is very confident of winning the elections on the 1st of September. And obviously, it's going to be continuation of the growth, the development, and the benefits to all Guyanese for another 5 years under His Excellency's leadership and that of the People's Progressive Party Civic.
Thank you very much. And before we go, I remember the president saying that that is it true that you're going to come with a ferry service in Essequibo?
So there is a ferry service in Essequibo. There are about you have 2 major ferries working the route, and time and again they would add other ferries. Another ferry has been procured and will join the services in the Essequibo because of the demand on the Essequibo coast. I can tell you, on the Essequibo coast, it's difficult to get a hotel room if you go there any given weekend because of the tourism product that is developing there. And the additional ferry is to ensure that persons are able to travel with ease and to ensure that all the agricultural produce, etc., from the Essequibo coast are able to get to the city and to get to markets and to get products that are produced outside of the Essequibo coast to the Essequibo coast, so that, I mean, as a government, I can say without fear that our intention is to ensure equitable distribution of resources and also equitable access to services in every part of the country. So whatever is necessary to create the kind of connectivity to ensure citizens on the coast and in the hinterland benefit from the services that are available, as a government, as a political party, I can assure you that we work tirelessly to ensure that we bring benefits to all Guyanese, regardless of where they live.
Well, Mr. Layne, I must say thank you again for, for enlightening us and giving us that. And I must say I'm very impressed with the, the vast knowledge that you have with respect to your government policies. I'm very, very impressed.
Because all our policies, and are costed policies. All our policies are realistic policies, achievable policies. So it's very easy for you to have the knowledge because you know what you're talking about. You know what you're promising people. You're promising people things that you can achieve. So when you fabricate stuff, it's very difficult to defend them.
Exactly.
But any one of us can defend what we have promised the people of Guyana. As a matter of fact, we have long, our 2020 manifesto, we have long completed everything there. And we're doing what we call bonus, maybe for the last 18 months to 2 years. We've fulfilled every single promises and exceed every single promise in our manifesto. So we know what we're talking about. We know what we promised the people of Guyana in 2020. We have achieved all of it. And we know what we are promising them in these elections that are coming. And we know that we'll be able to achieve everything that we promised. And I mentioned something just now. Before I go, I wanted to spend a little bit to reiterate that. Every single policy, program, initiative that the People's Progressive Party Civic promised the Guyanese people on the campaign trail are costed. We know the cost to implement it. We know how achievable it is. So we don't make empty promises and give pie in the sky kind of promises. We give promises that we know are realistic, that we can achieve. And we've proven that over the last 5 years and previously when we were in government. And I know whatever the party promises in these elections, Guyanese can rest assured that all of it will be achieved and more. So as a party, I think it's safe to say that we're upbeat, we're confident, because our track record in governance speaks for itself. We have delivered and delivered beyond expectation to the Guyanese people. And it's for that reason many persons, including those who were part of the opposition, realized that as a government, we make promises that we can achieve, we keep our promises, and that the development of Guyana is in the hearts of all of us who are part of you have first the cabinet and those who provide the support, the members of the cabinet and the government are serious and are committed to the development of Guyana and to bring benefits to people across this country. That's why a lot of people are gravitating to us. So we're confident of winning the elections on the 1st of September. And of course, like I said, whatever we promise, we deliver. So we're moving forward together to build a better Guyana.
Thank you,
and
Mr.
all
Layne.
Guyanese, I believe, are on board with us.
Thank you
Thank you
again,
very much.
and give Your Excellency my regards. As I said,
Have a
we
good
hope
evening.
hope to meet him when I'm there. And thanks for giving us the information. It's almost 131 million persons across the world just heard you. Millions of persons from around the world just heard what's happening in Guyana. It's very, very interesting. And I really hope that a lot of people have been saying that you will have to focus more on tourism in the sense that letting people know the nice, these beautiful places in Guyana that tourists can come.
We are doing a lot when it comes to tourism, and maybe some other time, once time permit, I can have someone from the tourism industry to talk to you, to tell you about what we're doing, the ecotourism product that we're developing. We're working with the rest of the Caribbean to ensure that we provide a package when people come to the Caribbean in this part of the world. That includes our ecotourism and, of course, the tourism product in other Caribbean countries. But I'm not the expert in tourism.
Yes,
I have
that.
knowledge.
No
I know
problem, Mr. Layne. I understand.
But obviously, I'll be.
But
more than willing to help you to
Well,
get to
I
talk to
must say,
someone.
thanks for taking my call. I don't think I need to call anybody else again in Guyana. I don't think I need to call anybody else. With that, with outlining your policies and what that in Guyana and letting the world know what the government is doing there. I mean, thank you again. I must say thanks. So at least everybody has a fair idea, has a proper idea what exactly is happening in Guyana. Sir, you have a pleasant afternoon.
You too, sir. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable, yeah? Unbelievable.